Hello, everyone. My name is James Brown, and today I'm going to be going over Nashville Airbnbs. I was approached by a local developer in the area that's looking to build a set of units, and he wanted to analyze the opportunities in placing these on the Airbnb platform versus selling them on the open market. So today I'll be covering a background about Airbnbs, the districts in the Nashville area, discuss the target population for this developer, go over pricing and rates, and also discuss the most important thing, the financials and return on investment. So for the background of Airbnbs, if you weren't aware, Airbnb is a American software platform company that allows individuals the ability to operate an online marketplace for lodging, primarily homestays for vacations, rentals, and tourism activities. The website is www.airbnb.com. So essentially, this platform is similar in nature to the Ubers and Lyfts of the world, whereas Airbnb does not physically own any real estate. They are just a platform that allows real estate owners to share their properties on this platform and allow others to come to it to rent them out. Airbnb began in 2007 as a way for two college roommates living in San Francisco to make some extra money to pay for rent. There was this huge tech conference that was coming in town. It was sold out. There was nowhere for anyone to stay. And so they had two air mattresses and they put them in their living room, and people were knocking down the door to stay. So they added additional air mattresses. Today, that has grown to over 4 million hosts across 220 countries. So with Airbnbs, a couple of fun facts here is this is more than just lodging. Their biggest competitor are the hotels and the motels in this particular industry. But Airbnb is more of an experience than just a place to lodge. In this example here in the screenshot, you can see hobbit holes with this green door in the middle. You have tree houses. You have silos like this old grain silo here that's been converted into a lodging area. You have tents. This tent provides a fire cap around here. You have tiny homes, RVs and campers. You have trains like in the lower left-hand corner here, where this old train has been converted into a lodging area that gives an experience of not only a place to lodge, but it gives you the opportunity to be able to explore an old train. You have planes, you have houseboats, igloos, and even caves like we can see here at the bottom of the picture here. So again, this is more of an experience and where individuals can use their creativity to provide that experience for their end user. On the right of the screen here, we have what is considered the fashion house. And this was a staple here in the Nashville area. It gained a lot of traction and attention because it was built in the Fern Avenue area, which was just a block that actually was very expensive when they were starting to be built. But this builder took it a step further and made the decor mimic a lot of the high-end designers, such as Louis Vuitton, as you can see in the top picture. Instead of just having normal pillars for columns, they made a Louis Vuitton symbol as the column. Gucci, Supreme, and very other designers that are painted inside this particular home. It was sold in January of 2021 for over $1 million, and a property management company that's not local to the area purchased it and continues to rent it out. So you can just see where this could take you with having an Airbnb. It's pretty much limitless. So when it comes to the districts, there are 35 districts in Nashville. Nashville has come a long way from just being just known as the country music capital, and now is considered the it city, with a high focus on IT for the an industry and also healthcare. This top picture, you can see the staple Batman building here in the middle with the two pointed towers here. But there's also several cranes that you can see. It's also called Crane City because there's constant building that's going on within the city. And then at night, you can see what the city turns into as far as some of the main attractions, which is the downtown area. This is a picture of Broadway. As you can see, it's just packed with individuals trying to get into various restaurants and bars where they can see up and coming country artists. So drilling down from these 35 cities, 35 districts, I have a scatter map here where you can see kind of the concentration and focus of the Airbnbs in the district. The more concentrated the color, that just means the more number of Airbnbs are there. And as you can see, the focus and the density is in the downtown area, as where most of these Airbnbs lie. The data that I'm using for this particular presentation is from airdna.com. It has a plethora of information that's able to be downloaded from that site, but this information was cleaned as we narrowed down and queried the information needed for this particular project. So going from 35 districts down to the top 5 districts, again, you can see this focus here is on the downtown area. You have District 17, 19, 21, 5, and 6 as the top 5 districts. So for the target population, this developer is wanting to maximize his return. And so with Airbnbs, you can accommodate one individual on up to the highest tier is 12 plus individuals. And that is this developer's focus, is to be able to accommodate 12 plus individuals in each of his units. Also, this individual is building in the East Nashville district, which is District 7. And District 7 was not in the top 5, as you can see in the previous slides. So this is one of the twists that this developer is using to be able to provide more value, hopefully on the Airbnb platform. So again, in Power BI, here's a couple of other visualizations that were used to show this developer and his potential investors of a particular opportunity for District 7. So when we were drilling down and analyzing all of the districts in Nashville, we were looking at the ones that could accommodate 12 plus individuals in each unit. And this visualization on the left depicts the number of units by the size of the square. District 17 has the most, and again, District 17 was also in the top 5 districts in Nashville. But you can see here in the lower left-hand corner, there are 206 units that can accommodate 12 plus individuals. District 21 is the next largest that can accommodate 166, and so forth. So the district in question is District 7, and it's very small, as you can see here in the middle. In this turquoise color, there are only 9 units in District 7 that can accommodate 12 plus. So it's a very low entry point for this developer, and that means there's a lot of opportunity here. So not much competition for units that can accommodate 12 plus. On the right-hand side here, we're using the same map again, but we're only focusing on District 7. So in totality, there's only 232 units in the entire district for 7, which is East Nashville. But in comparison to District 17, they have 206 units that can accommodate 12 plus. So again, as you can see, that comparison here, there's a lot of opportunity that's available for District 7. So if you're able to provide Airbnb units there, that's also going to they allow for a lot of future appreciation for these units, just because of supply and demand. There's not that much supply in District 7. So digging into the pricing and rates here, giving another visual here, Nashville comes in at number 19 out of the top 25 cities that have the highest ADR in the country. ADR is the average daily rate, and Nashville back in 2019 had an average daily rate of $288 per night. So again, just continuously good information that's being provided to this developer to continue on with this project. Here I have a bar chart and also a couple of pie charts to give further visualizations here about the potential revenue that this developer could possibly bring in by putting his units on Airbnb. So he's building 7 units, but he's only looking to rent out 4 of those units on Airbnb. And on the left-hand side here, just looking at a monthly basis, if he just rented out 1 unit, the average revenue would be $8,575.22. Renting out 4 units for the month would be $34,300.90. That's definitely a lot of good revenue compared to your traditional way of just renting a unit for an entire month. If you transfer that over to the yearly basis, 1 unit can bring in $104,331.89, and 4 units can bring in $417,327.57. So as we move on through this presentation, please keep that number in the back of your mind of $417,000. Okay, on this next slide, this is a box plot that I used, and I developed this using Python. This is another visualization tool here that I was able to provide. We were talking about in 2019 that the average daily rate was around $288. But as you can see, as the demand has grown for this area, the rates have grown with that. And at present time on the low end, we're looking at $510.43 per night for each unit. So it's almost double within 2 years that price has grown for District 7. So getting down to the brass tacks for the developer and his investors, this gives the cost of developing this unit on the far right-hand side here for 7 units. This particular lot's $425,000. You have your various fees, your engineering, infrastructure costs, and so forth is associated with building this project. So the total cost for this unit would be $3.2 million here to build it. And so this is what he's comparing to. If he were just to sell all 7 units, he would roughly be bringing in $3.9 million. That would leave $745,471 gross. You have your realtor fees involved, you have your investor infusion, and you have the capital you have to return to them as part of them investing into this project. So the net profit, if you were just to flat out sell all 7 units, would be $441,815.64. Now, if you remember, I asked you to keep that number in the back of your mind for renting out just 4 units on Airbnb. That was $417,000. So it definitely makes more sense here to be able to potentially sell 3 units, keep 4, rent those out on Airbnb, and make almost the same profit as selling all 7 in the course of 1 year, and then have the ability to continuously rent those same 4 units out year after year after year. So in wrapping this presentation up here, I just added in an additional visual here a representation of all 7 units and what they will look like when he presents this to his investors and maybe in buyers. So I would like to thank you all for sitting through this presentation. If you have any questions or would like to reach out to me, my email address is brownjamesl@gmail.com, or I can be found on LinkedIn at James Brown MBA. Again, thank you for listening and have a great day.